next question. I think in our daily lives, oftentimes we hear people ask us, "How are you doing?" Whether it's on our cell phones or in conversation, like in person conversation. And it is so typical to hear, "Oh, I'm fine." "Oh, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
fine." But we all know deep down that many times when we say this, it's not a true reflection of what is really going on inside of us. Um, does that resonate with anyone here?
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely.
Definitely.
I think for women specifically and
Yeah.
for people in general, I'm fine is, I think, the second most abused word
Yeah. Oh,
after
yes.
Abuse.
sorry,
I like that.
Yes.
but or misused word, I would
Yeah.
say. I think more often than not, people use that phrase, I'm fine, to actually hide
Mm.
what they really mean. I
Mm.
think either what they mean is, I'm not good, but what's the point of sharing this with you? Because you'll probably not even understand, or you
Mm.
probably don't even care, or what's the point?
Mm.
Um, so, yeah, uh, I think 80% of the times it's just a mask that we
Yeah.
wear, and
A month.
again, no judgments attached to it. There's nothing good, bad, right or wrong about it,
Mm.
but yeah, I'm fine is not always fine.
Nah, absolutely not.
Mm. Yeah. I feel like when you say I'm fine, most of the time it's just a cover up.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. We just want to cut it short. Like,
Cut it
yeah.
short.
So I feel, yeah, this is what I feel sometimes. So, and it depends on the tone
Yeah.
and who is asking,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So who is asking? Are you even listening to me?
Mm.
So I just say, I'm fine. A cover up. Let's just pass this. Let's be done with it. But
Mhm.
sometimes you're like, oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. I know, like, Puna caught me one of those days and I was literally crying. Or, like, yeah, I'm like, I'm fine. She's like, Anita, are you sure you're fine? How is it going? She came to the shop and at the old shop and, like, are you sure you're fine? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. It's like, are you really fine? So I knew at that point that she got me. So
Yes.
I'm like, oh, fine. So, I started crying. But so it depends on who is
Yeah.
talking, who is there. You can perceive it actually when someone like, oh, are you fine? So you can actually know if the person have the intention of listening. So
Mhm.
that determines the I'm fine response. So sometimes it just cover up. Sometimes, yeah, we mean it. So that's what
Eh,
I think.
yeah.
I completely resonate with Anita. Like usually when you said you're fine, but there's like a tear,
Yeah.
like millisecond that like, yeah, I'm fine. But I think saying the word I'm fine, it was so normalized because what we are trying to do is to shelter people from us opening that we
Mm.
are about to complain. We don't want to over sort of like complicate things. So when you said you're fine, it's like shutting down like any
Mm.
kind of like the next responses. Um, and then from our culture in the Philippines, when you said that you're not okay, usually people would be like, because you're not praying enough.
Ah, yeah.
And
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, I am religious too. I pray, but like your relationship with God doesn't relate to whether you're fine or you're not fine,
Mm.
right? But it was normalized with that term. So I think like for nowadays, like people think when you said you're fine, it's like I'm still here, I'm standing,
Mm.
but I'm millimeter away from crying. But that's why it's important to have like a circle of friends
Yes.
Yes.
that can actually be there for you and listen.
Mhm.
And the best thing that you can do for your friends too is like if you can feel it, the energy, right?
Yeah.
Like if people are not okay, sometimes asking them like, "Are you okay?" is already like kind of like triggering.
Mm.
Mhm.
So maybe we can start something else. Like, do you want to talk about something?
Mhm.
Um, or would you like me to start a good story from my this week? Like you divert. So at least like when the person is ready to open up, then they will say like, hey, by the way, like I feel a bit down this week. this happens, and I'm not fine,
Mm,
and that should be normal.
mhm.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree. Especially, I think you raised some very good points about, who is it that you're talking
Yeah.
to, and also about, um, I think I find what you said was very interesting too. Sometimes, as a person being asked, I think some women can be very um, considerate of the other person and want to
Mhm.
protect the other person, that you don't want to throw all your dump all your garbage onto the other
Yeah.
person, and so you're like, oh, I don't want to burden you, so I'm just going to keep it to myself, right? And then the other thing about metropolitan city is that things are always very, very quick. And so even if you feel like you need to kind of just stop and have a conversation, it's it's either the pace of the city, pace of everything is not allowing you to, or that whether it's you pushing yourself or others are pushing you, there's just this invisible kind of rush, that you have to follow that pace. And especially in this age, time and age, where cell phones, social media takes up so much of our time, that there's always the question of, how has people of our this day and age changed, and how has relationship changed as technology advances? N- Back in like our grandfather or great grandfather's days and our ancestors, hey, come on and have a cup of tea and chill and have a conversation is so normal. It's part of life. Even if you go to like smaller towns and villages, like the pace is completely different, and it allows for the space to have these kind of conversations. But in a metropolitan city, we don't. And that, like you said, um, I can imagine that has a hindrance towards our own mental health. Like when we're not able to share these stories or these heartaches, these pains, what we're going through with others, we stuff it within ourselves. It really has an impact on our mental health. And as you said, we need a community.
Oh, yeah.
We need support, in order to attain a balance and be able to maintain our own mental health. Well, that